Hi, I'm Nick Bushinger.
And I'm Kyle Cam.
And these are your morning announcements. Are you interested in skiing or snowboarding? If you are, then go to the informational meeting Thursday, October 18th at 6:30 at the Somerset Middle School.
Wow, Nick, that sounds like a 1080. Now, for your college visits. The day before Tuesday, UW Superior is coming. And the day after Tuesday, National Guard is coming.
Whoa, they're really coming on Wednesday, huh, Kyle? And 3 days after Tuesday, also known as Friday, there will be picture retakes. Hopefully everybody's looking sharp on Friday.
Speaking of looking sharp, now we go to Ben Schmidt with an exciting cross-country report.
Thanks, Kyle. As you guys know, last Friday the cross-country team took upon themselves running the game ball all the way from Baldwin to Somerset. You saw Coach Stevens in her thrilling FaceTime interview as they took on the ball, but there's a lot that you guys missed. So right away, the cross-country team, they all ran the first mile together, and then after that, they broke up and ran the ball relay style, where a couple people would run 2 to 3 miles at a time, then they'd switch out. When people were not running, they took a lot of time chilling on the bus, or dancing, or cheering on their fellow teammates. And then finally, the last mile, we all ran together where the cross-country captains presented the ball to the football captains, and the rest is history.
Whew, that was a long 27-mile run.
Oh, you know it, Kyle.
Hey, Nick. There happen to be a lot of new teachers around the school.
You know what, Kyle? I think you're right. Why don't we turn it over to Luke Sutter for a report?
Hi, I'm Luke, and today we're going to be interviewing the new health teacher.
That would be me.
What's your name?
I'm Miss Warner.
Miss Warner, where are you from?
I'm from Montgomery, Minnesota.
Armida. What do you like about being the new health teacher?
I love teaching the kids the life skills that they will carry with them for the rest of their life. I like to think that health is a life 101 class.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you taught anywhere else besides Somerset?
Nope, I'm a fresh newbie.
So a rookie?
A rookie, a really good rookie.
A really good rookie. What are some things you like to do in your free time?
I like to bug Iketon every once in a while. I like to hang out with my friends and family, watch any sporting events, be active, enjoy the outdoors, you name it and I like it, I'm there.
Alright. So, do you like tattoos?
I do.
Do you have any?
I have one.
So what is your tattoo of?
My tattoo is 4 letters or symbols that mean God is greater than the ups and downs in life.
So it's not as cool as mine is?
That's debatable, but we can chat about that later.
I guess. What is one thing you would like to tell the students of Somerset High School?
I would like to tell my students at Somerset High School to enjoy the ride, enjoy the moment, and you only have one shot at high school, so have fun.
I agree with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, that Miss Warner really seems like a blast.
Speaking of blast, I heard that Mr. Anderson's class had a rocketing time.
Thanks, guys. We're here outside in the east end of the building. Say hi, everybody. Hi! Woo! And here's Fred. Fred's about to launch his rocket. So, we're launching rockets out here. Pretty cool stuff. As you can see, we got one rocket here. We attach it here by this door hinge. Said rocket in question. It's going to launch down this string and then epically crash right here. And we already got some remnants of rockets crashing here. We can pull out this. Look at that stuff. That's great. Okay. And then we got people filming the rocket over here. This is amazing. There's Mr. Wells. He's super amped and pumped. Wow. Okay. Countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Hey Alex, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just came to talk about how the Writing Center is now open and waiting for all your papers.
Hey Hunter, what are you doing here?
Well, I just wanted to let you know, Kyle, that we'll be selling cookies all day after lunch on Thursdays from now on to the end of the year. Support your student council and thanks for a great homecoming. Now, let's kick it over to sports.
Thanks, Hunter, Alex, and Kyle. Now on to soccer. The boys team played against Barron this Monday and slipped and slid all the way home with a 6-2 win. The field got ripped up so bad that goalie Devin Fullerton had a 10-foot circle of mud around him and he couldn't even move. It was also the coldest and wettest game in my 4 years of soccer. The game featured a lot of amazing goals, with a bar-down goal from about 20 yards out by sophomore midfielder Aaron Chardon-Folkert, and a volley goal going about 40 miles per hour by junior midfielder Ethan Midbrod. The team also play their first playoff game next Thursday against To Be Determined. I would also like to shout out the 2 additional captains that got voted on this Wednesday. Congratulations to Logan and Devin. Let's get them next week. Let's check in on the volleyball reporters in the field now.
Hey there, Somerset. It's Jack and Hunter reporting to you in the field. We are at the Somerset versus Baldwin volleyball game. Currently, we're up 1-0. You know, this match, it's 9-8. Looking good. Girls are playing well. Very proud, you know. Neon night, we're having a good time. So, yeah, anything else, Hunter? Hey, we'll catch you at the end of the game.
The volleyball team played hard. Unfortunately, they lost. They played Tuesday at Nourishment for their playoff game against Altoona. Be there.
Now it's time for your Somerset football announcements.
Last Friday, the Spartans tussled out a victory against the tough Baldwin Woodville team to win our first homecoming in 3 years, 18-15.
Wow. Hey Ethan.
What's that?
What's the difference between the Baldwin Woodville head coach and a baby?
I'm not sure.
The baby stops whining after a while.
That's very true.
This Friday, your Somerset football team goes to St. Croix Central to play for the conference championship.
Game time is at 7. Dress warm and the theme is Christmas. So happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Hey Nick, didn't they forget something?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, didn't you have a touchdown last Friday?
Oh yeah, that's true. First of many to come.
Speaking of success,
Golf.
Haley put out a fright into competition, screaming her way into 13th at state. However, it had to be a silent scream because you can't talk while I was golfing. But you get the point. And now this. Isaac Newhouse's new invention can solve your Rubik's Cube, but later can solve cancer.
Speaking of solving problems, here's Miss Donnelly with the Flex Space update.
What am I doing here this early in the morning? Wake up, Donnelly.
Oh, hey, Dirkus. Well, I'm glad you woke me up. I spend so much time here, I frankly feel like I've moved in. But since you woke me up, now is a great time to tell everyone about the flex space expectations at SHS. Well, Dirkus, I'm glad you asked me about the Resource Center because I'm going to tell all of you all about the expectations in the Resource Center. So typically, if you choose this space, you may need help from a teacher because we have teachers in this space all day long. And the teachers might be able to help you with any of your subjects, social studies, math, science, all kinds of things, and this would be a good space to come and ask for help, right?
It would be a great space.
Excellent. Also, as you can see on this whiteboard back here, our teachers have started putting up some bigger projects that are going on in each of the classes. So your teachers in the Resource Center know what they should be helping you with and maybe asking you about if you're on your phone a little bit too much. Not that you would do that, right, Dirkus?
Never. And that sounds like a great idea.
That is a great idea. That came from Mr. Lindenberg. Thanks, Mr. Lindenberg. Well, Dirkus, I'm glad you asked about technology in the Resource Center because as you can see, we have a whole bunch of computers available for students to use when they need to use technology for their classwork. But, Dirkus, I would really hope that we wouldn't be on these computers gaming the whole time during your flex time. We want to make sure that you get your work done first, right, Dirkus?
I would never.
As you can see, the noise level in the resource center is pretty quiet. The expectations in the resource center is that the noise level stays pretty much like it is right now. So kids are able to work, you can certainly still collaborate with your peers and your friends, but making sure the noise level doesn't get to be too loud. Dirkus, I'm glad you asked me if there's a space in the school for flex space the kids can go if they want a place that's absolutely quiet. That's what this space is, Dirkus. If you are looking for a place where there is no noise, this is the place to be. So if you need to read something or you just want to kind of take a break where there's really not a whole lot of other people around, this would be the space where you would go. Yes, Dirkus?
Where can you find this space?
This space is in the back of the library. If you walk past Mr. Barry's desk, there's a door that you walk through. There's a lot of really nice tables in here where you can come in and just kind of work in a really quiet space. So if you needed to work with a partner or work on a group project, this would not be the space that you would want to be. Yes, Dirkus, you're right. You can also come to the LMC as a flex space during your flex time. The flex space in the library is a great place to come if you need to work with a partner, collaborate on a project, any of those kinds of things where you might be talking with other people. Again, Dirkus, we'd want to make sure in the library that our voices stay at just kind of a low rumble. And Dirkus, if you come with me over here, you will see that we got rid of the couches because, yep, they were gross.
Yep, that's gross. Yep, that's gross. Yep, that's gross.
Yep, that's gross.
And now we've got some chairs here with tables. And we have to remember, Dirkus, in the library, no food or drink. Don't you guys have something you should be doing? Okay, Dirkus, we're gonna go to our next flex space. Follow me. Yes, Dirkus, you're right. You can also come to the NPR during your flex time. Now remember, in the NPR, this space, just by the nature of the space, tends to be a little bit louder. So if you're looking for a really quiet space to be, this probably isn't the space that I would choose. Again, when you're in the NPR during your flex time, I would expect that you are finishing your work first before you would play any games like spike ball. But Dirkus, guess what?
What?
I don't see any spike ball right now because, we've had 3 spike ball rings been broken since the beginning of the year. So right now, Mrs. Donnelly's taking a little bit of a break from spike ball because right now we're not taking care of our stuff. Shoot. Speaking of the NPR, we also need to do a little bit better job in making sure that we pick up our garbage. For example, Dirkus, when I just walked in here, I look over here and I see a random bottle, some wrappers, and yep, a towel. I'm not sure where that came from, but part of the SHS way is making sure that we clean up our stuff. But again, I love the fact that we have the NPR available as a flex space, but we need to make sure that we're taking care of it, and if you're gonna be in here, also making sure that you realize that this is a space that's gonna be a little bit louder.
Hey Donnelly, I want to go to the counselor's office. Should I go through that back door?
Ooh, Dirkus, nope. We don't use the back door to go to the counseling office. Actually, we come through the main office and go this way. I'll follow you.
But I'm at the appropriate door. What do I do next?
Well, do you have an appointment?
No.
Would you like to make an appointment?
I would love to.
All right, you are a senior, so let me look at Miss Francis' schedule. She's not available today because she's out. But we can get you in tomorrow morning if you'd like.
That sounds great.
Perfect.
Perfect. Now Dirkus has an appointment and he can see his counselor.
Beautiful.
24 hours later.
Hey Dirkus, today is your appointment with Miss Francis. I bet that will go awesome. But since we're in the counseling office, we also should take this opportunity to make sure that all the kids know that the counseling office is not a flex space. So if you have open time on your schedule, which is called flex time, not free time, right Dirkus?
No.
No. If you have flex time, the counseling office would not be a space that you would be able to choose. Well Dirkus, I am really pumped now that all the students at SHS understand the flex-based expectations. And remember, Dirkus, the idea of allowing students flex time is so that you have time during the day to connect with your teachers and get your work done. Flex time does not mean on Snapchat the whole time or gaming or anything else that wouldn't fit into the SHS way. I'm expecting that you can use your flex time appropriately. Right, Dirkus?
Right.
Thanks, kids.
Yep.
That's gross.
Yep, that's gross.
Saying goodbye is Nick Bushinger and
Cockham.
And we will leave you from the sights and sounds of 2018 homecoming week.